Now to F1, it's the British Grand Prix this weekend, but the build-up is being dominated by the future of Max Verstappen once again. Could he be joining Mercedes next season?
Right, to Formula One, and it's the British Grand Prix this weekend, but the build-up is being dominated by the future of Max Verstappen. Could he be joining Mercedes next season?
Imagine Max Verstappen, the top man at Red Bull, suddenly walking into the Mercedes garage in 2026. Sounds wild, right? But it's not just a rumor anymore. People in the paddock are talking, and George Russell, he's already calling around to other teams, worried he might lose his seat if Max joins Mercedes. This isn't just a small rumor. Verstappen has a special rule in his Red Bull deal. If he's not in the top 4 after the Hungarian Grand Prix, he can leave early. Right now, he's third, just 9 points ahead of Russell. So every race from here matters. One bad weekend, and everything could change. Mercedes boss Toto Wolff wants his 2026 driver lineup settled before the summer break, and it sounds like he's already talking with Verstappen. F1 commentator Martin Brundle said things feel unusual behind the scenes, and he might be onto something.
What's the time, Toto Wolff? It's negotiate with Max Verstappen. Time. Them their words are not mine. They belong to King George Russell of Kings Lynn North.
George Russell is feeling the pressure. Even though he recently won in Canada, that win didn't secure his future. His contract runs until the end of 2025, and Mercedes hasn't offered him a new one yet, so he's checking his options, including reaching out to teams like Aston Martin. Publicly, Russell is keeping calm, saying he's focused on his job, but deep down, he knows his spot isn't guaranteed. If Mercedes can get Verstappen, they might make that call. And here's the thing, this isn't the first time Russell's had to prove himself. But now, it's not about performance, it's about being in the wrong place at the wrong time. That leaves Mercedes with a big decision. They've got Russell, their young driver Kimi Antonelli, and maybe Verstappen. Antonelli is only 18 and seen as the future of the team. Letting him sit on the sidelines could mess up their long-term plans, but promoting him too early could add pressure he's not ready for, and that's the balancing act Wolff has to manage.
Kimi Antonelli won the 3rd DHL Fastest Lap Award of 2025, becoming the youngest driver in Formula One history to do so.
Then again, Verstappen is a multiple world champ. He's fast, smart, and knows how to win. Brundle believes Mercedes might want Max not just to win races, but to deal a blow to Red Bull by taking their top guy. That kind of move sends a message, and not just to the competition.
Max Verstappen has taken the checkered flag to win the Japanese Grand Prix.
Max Verstappen, 2-time world champion. Woo!
Wolff confirmed they've been in talks. If Verstappen joins, everything shifts. Most likely, Russell would be out, or maybe Antonelli would be loaned to a team like Alpine until a spot opens up at Mercedes. There's even a scenario where Mercedes tries to keep all 3 involved, but how realistic is that? There are also people who think Mercedes should try to keep both Russell and Verstappen. They say 2 top drivers would give them the best shot at the 2026 title. One article even claimed that Mercedes can only beat Red Bull if both drivers are in the car. But others think that adding Verstappen could cause tension. Remember what happened with Hamilton and Rosberg? That history still lingers. Verstappen comes with a big paycheck and strong opinions about how things should be done. Some fans worry that bringing him in could upset the balance in the team. Others believe his talent makes any drama worth it. With Mercedes needing a power move after a tough few seasons, Verstappen could be exactly that. While all this is going on, Red Bull says they're not worried. Team boss Christian Horner insists is staying put until 2028. But not everything looks perfect on their end. Red Bull may be strong now, but the sport is changing quickly, and Max has always made it clear he wants to win. A few key engineers have left recently, and their 2026 engine project is behind. That's a problem because 2026 will bring big changes to the sport. If Red Bull can't keep up, Max might start looking elsewhere, and if Mercedes can promise a better package, that could be all he needs to make the jump. At the Austrian Grand Prix, Verstappen had a close call with Antonelli, but instead of getting fired up, he stayed calm. Some joke that it looked like a moment between future teammates. Maybe it was nothing, or maybe it was a sign. Either way, people noticed. And in Formula One, those little moments often mean more than they seem.
It's his teammate and rival for the title ahead, but Lando Norris gets the run that he needs, and it's a lock-up for Kimi Andrea Antonelli, and he's hit Max.
Max hasn't said much publicly, but when he did speak, it got attention. He said, "I determine my own future." That short statement made it clear he's in control of what happens next. And it wasn't just the words, it was the tone. Calm, confident, and completely unbothered. The pressure is on now. Wolff wants answers before the summer break. There are only a few races left before then: Silverstone, Spa, and Hungary. After Hungary, that contract rule comes into play. If Max is still in the top 4, he stays. If not, he gets to choose. It's like a game of chess. Every move affects the rest. If Verstappen leaves Red Bull, the whole grid could shift. Russell might find a new team. Antonelli could take a different route. Red Bull would need to find someone else to lead. And what if Max joins Mercedes and brings back their dominance? That would flip the entire paddock. But here's where it gets even more interesting. Behind the scenes, teams are already bracing for fallout. If Russell becomes available, expect a sudden shuffle. Williams, Aston Martin, and even Audi might be lining up to grab him. And for Antonelli, a delay might not be the worst thing. It could give him a pressure-free year to learn without the spotlight. Meanwhile, Verstappen's camp is staying quiet, but sources say he's carefully watching the progress of both teams. It's not just about money or trophies, it's about being in the right place when the new rules kick in. And Max knows how rare chances like this are. Even the fans are feeling it. Social media is lighting up with predictions. Every Verstappen radio message, every Russell interview, it's all being picked apart. Everyone's looking for a clue, a hint, a sign of what's coming.
Already said once what Max has said to me. I don't want to repeat over and over again. For me, we fight hard on the track. We fight hard in the stewards. And it's never personal.
And let's not forget the sponsors. Big moves like this affect branding, marketing, and millions in endorsements. That's why the silence is so loud. Nobody wants to blink first. For fans, it's a wild ride. The next few races are about more than just points. They're about the future of the sport. Rumors say even Ferrari is watching the situation closely, because if Verstappen leaves, it opens doors all around. It's the kind of moment that can change careers overnight. Whatever Max decides, it's going to matter. If he moves to Mercedes, it could shake up everything. Red Bull would lose their star, Mercedes would gain a legend, and Russell, he could be the one left out. Or maybe, just maybe, he finds a better opportunity. Somewhere that lets him shine without all the noise. There's a lot on the line, and the closer we get to the summer break, the more intense it's going to get. Drivers will race harder, teams will plan faster, and the tension, it'll be everywhere from the garages to the grid. We'll know soon. A few races, one decision, and possibly a new era for Formula One. The grid is shifting, the pressure is building, and the next few races could decide everything. What do you think? Will Max shake up the sport with a Mercedes move? Will Russell secure a surprise deal elsewhere? Drop your predictions in the comments below. And if you're enjoying the ride and don't want to miss the next big F1 twist, make sure to subscribe, hit the bell icon, and stay locked in. We've got more stories, more drama, and more inside scoops coming your way. The next chapter could change everything,